Hey guys, welcome back to My Hero Academia, the strongest hero. We have some awesome news coming out of the Aizawa front. People are starting to get their Aizawas, and he's had a nerf, which is huge. It's actually the exact nerf that I asked them to do. It was what I was asking for from the start at Global, to make him a little less broken. Now, there's a secondary nerf that I think might have happened, but I'm going to wait till I get him, because from the videos I've watched, I've been watching a bunch of Seaton's videos. If you haven't checked out Seaton, let's face it, you're all watching Seaton. I'll leave him linked in the description, but we're about to look at one of his anyway. But I haven't got Aizawa yet. Honestly, the game's been just... I haven't been enjoying logging in, because I just know the ping on PvP is not fun at all. So like, it's been hard to log in. I'll probably end up getting the Aizawa. I haven't done my dailies yet or anything like that, and I'm 34. I got to get to 37, so I should be fine. But Aizawa nerf. So his caltrops, they no longer flinch, which they did on the Taiwanese version, which was the absolute pain of it. They do slow your movement speed, and they do bleed damage, but they no longer flinch, which is huge, because when you were trying to engage on Aizawa and you finally like hit him once, but then you're like in his caltrops, it's like it was just completely broken in my opinion, and they have gone and fixed that for Global. When they removed the flinch from Deku's finger smash, I was like surprised, because I didn't think Deku really needed the nerf. Like once you get to like proper play, like Deku's not that powerful and he needs that flinch on this finger smash. But Aizawa, I thought as soon as I saw that from the Deku, hopefully they do it, and they did do it. Now, the other thing I'm not sure is if he can re-engage his stealth, because from all the footage I've watched, I haven't seen anyone re-engage Aizawa's stealth. So I'm not sure if it does. I'll have to wait till I get mine and do some more testing in PvP, because if he can't, that is going to be absolutely huge and make him a lot more manageable. But what I want to do first up is I want to just go ahead and take a look at some footage by Seaton. So if we take a look at this one here, this is just one of Seaton's videos of using Aizawa, and this is what I got a notification. I woke up in the morning and I'm like, okay, Seaton's got Aizawa, let's see what he can do. So this one here, I want to show you guys. He puts the caltrops down, Bakugo runs in. You can see he hits that one. It looks like he stops, but it's just because he gets really slowed. You get incredibly slow, but you're not actually flinched, which is really, really nice. I think there was a couple more points here that I've just jotted down. Around here, he drops them. You can see Tokiyami runs in, but he's still able to move, do all his stuff. He does get the bleed damage, he does get slowed and all that sort of stuff. So it's not too bad. So I actually jumped in to some unranked PvP, had some decent ping for some of them, had pretty bad ping for some of them. This is the last example. The Deku here, as you can see, he's in the middle of his combo running into those caltrops, but not actually getting flinched by it. But I jumped into some PvP, and we got a couple good games, and then we got disconnect errors. And basically what I want to show you now, like you can see like in the town, if you look at the bottom left of the screen, I'm at 266 MS. As soon as I get into arena, we get 400 minimum, spikes up to 700, and then you get the disconnects at 1,000. It's so frustrating. But if I jump back over here, I'll show you one of the games that I did record. These are unranked games. I tried recording some ranked games during ranked period, and you just can't do anything. It's still absolutely hard. But let's go over here and I'll show you guys this one. So this was an unranked game. Now, keep in mind, this guy's a trainee hero tier 5, so he's not fantastic. But from an hour of playing, this was the only Aizawa I fought. I'll probably try this again in 2 days' time and try and fight some Aizawas and give you guys some tips on fighting against him and figure out exactly how he is working. I think global players are just slowly starting to unlock him. So what I want to show you here is, unfortunately I didn't have the sound on for it, so we're just going to use the background tunes again. But I've got my Momo. So I've always, even on the Taiwanese version of the game, Momo is my best answer. I feel like at the moment, I'm not sure if you can knock down an Uraraka. Uraraka might be okay. On Taiwanese, Uraraka wasn't really an option, because as soon as she floats, they just swap out. Whereas with the reduced swap time, maybe she'll be a counter, but we'll have to wait and see. So basically all I do is I spam basic attack to lunge and then dodge. And you can see I went through it, but I went through the caltrops, and you could see other characters get really badly slowed. But with Momo, because your movement is tied to your dodge and your basic attack, it's actually not even slowing you down at all. So then we can run in, we can get that going, we can do our dodge again. I swapped to the Scythe so I can get through to the shield because I was anticipating a swap to the All Might, but he didn't do it. So then we go back into the Spear just to get our generation because it generates more fat this way. But I'll do a whole Momo guide. He gets into the All Might. So then I go ahead and I swap back and try and get towards that shield because the shield has great penetration against this All Might. You'll see here we can actually... It's like one of the best weapons for actually smacking him. He does go ahead and get a second there and land an ult, which is really sucks. Like, I don't know where he got his ult gauge from. Like, he barely landed a hit all game and he was ult ready. But as you can see, he was going into the third strike, his cross strike there of his ult, and we were able to actually hit him down. But now we're just talking general Momo stuff, which I'll make a video about Momo completely in the future. But as you could see at the start there, sorry, I forgot this recording was of like 10 battles. This was the only Aizawa one. But here we go. Yeah, at the start of this battle, I just want to show you guys again. You can see we clearly run straight through those caltrops, but because I don't actually run at all through this whole cycle of things, we're actually not too bad. So this is where I think even something like an Eater, like provided he can't re-engage his stealth and Eater's a bit slower at attacking, like he might even have a possibility because Eater's got that good range on his basic attack, so he can do a similar thing, not as good as Momo. Momo's spear against an Aizawa is just really honestly the best thing, especially for any character that doesn't have to move fast or anything with a fast attack speed. I definitely think All Might's going to be alright against Aizawa, but really the biggest thing is that those caltrops not stunning anymore is actually huge. Like it's ridiculously big because that was always the biggest issue with Aizawa. He's so hard to engage on. And as soon as you ever got an engage on him, like he's always standing on his caltrops and you just get flinched and then it'd be game over. I don't mind the fact that you lose HP from them. I think that's fine. I think they slow your movement speed. That's fine. You can deal with that sort of thing. But yeah, the idea of the idea of him still flinching with them would have just been too much. And that's the other thing, like Kirishima's not a bad option for him. And this is once again going to depend on how people play him and whether they did change the way his invisibility thing functions, because everything I've seen of Aizawa so far on global, he doesn't sit in stealth mode, whereas normally he's sitting in stealth mode on Taiwanese version. So if he cannot sit in stealth mode, that makes Kirishima a great counter to him because you counter actually hits. Whereas on the other way, when he's in stealth mode, if he hits you, your counter just breaks his stealth and then he can dodge freely. Also, I did see in a few matches the engage on him from Kirishima that Aizawa does look like he gets his perfect dodge at the point of counter, so that's going to be another little tricky thing with it. But at least when Kirishima does activate his counter, he goes into like let's go ham mode and he does pretty solid. But this Tokoyami, like I cruised through this guy's Aizawa and All Might, but then I really struggled against the Tokoyami, but we ended up getting the W. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it. Aizawa nerfed for the better of the game, in my opinion. I think it's definitely a change that needed to happen, and it actually balances him out a lot more, and I'm keen to see once more of him come into the game and I can get some decent ping, how he actually goes. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.